Hello, ServeWellers. You may remember back in July when we covered the basics of an ROTC scholarship. Please feel free to go back and review that lesson if you need a refresher or if you missed it. It's a very important one. This week, I'd like to dig a little bit deeper into that process so there are no surprises next year. Remember, attending college on an ROTC scholarship differs from attending a service academy because ROTC students attend traditional colleges like Rutgers or Kansas State or Providence or UCLA. They are essentially part-time military students living on an otherwise conventional college campus. Now, they do enjoy traditional college experiences while also fulfilling extra military obligations. All that ROTC stuff, if you will, that all culminate in them becoming commissioned officers in the U.S. military. ROTC scholarships are offered by the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. You apply for these scholarships in the spring of your junior year in high school, so just about a year from now. If you win a scholarship, which often covers full tuition, then you have to match that scholarship to a college that has an existing ROTC program, and then you have to be accepted to that college to make the final match. This is an important point and an important distinction to understand. Just because you receive an ROTC scholarship does not mean that you attend any old college you want. First off, you have to attempt to match your scholarship to a school that actually has an ROTC program, of which there are many, thankfully. And then you must, on your own, get accepted to that school. Let me give you an example. Just because you win a Navy ROTC scholarship and Princeton University happens to have a Navy ROTC program on campus does not mean that you automatically get into Princeton as an ROTC student. These are two separate and distinct steps. If you've won a Navy ROTC scholarship and you want to go to Princeton, you still have to separately apply and get admitted to Princeton on your own and then try to match your ROTC scholarship with the Princeton ROTC unit. They are not a package deal. So part of your job over the next year and a half or so is to start thinking about which colleges you may want to match an ROTC scholarship with should you win one. Thankfully, there are a lot of choices ranging from Princeton to Ithaca College to Montana State and many colleges in between. ROTC scholarship applications typically open up in April of your junior year, so about a year from now. And when that application opens, I would not waste a lot of time before I dig in, because the application requires the application itself, a few essays, letters of recommendation, questions about your extracurricular activities. You also have to sit for an ROTC officer interview. You have to take a fitness assessment test. And that can take several months if you're not on top of it, and you do want to be on top of it. My sons found out that they had won Navy ROTC scholarships the first week in September of their senior year, months before they had to even send any college applications in. Now, next year we'll discuss why this is such a big advantage and why it gives you so much leverage. So with all of this in mind, it's important for you to start thinking about what types of ROTC colleges that you're interested in now, because that's going to dictate the grades, the SAT scores, the extracurricular activities, the summer jobs, the letters of recommendation that will be expected of you when you apply to that particular college. Admissions officers at, say, Princeton, for instance, will expect a much different profile from you from admissions officers from, say, a Fordham University. So you'll want to make sure that you are calibrating your high school activities and class rigor with the type of college that you aspire to attend someday. Now, you might be thinking, which branches of the military offer ROTC scholarships? And which colleges and universities have ROTC programs on campus or close by? Here's a quick review. The Navy offers ROTC programs on about 150 campuses. The Army and the Air Force offer ROTC programs on over 1,000 campuses across the country. So when you consider all three branches, there's a wide variety of colleges and universities that offer ROTC programs, from super selective to not as selective. from Stanford to San Jose State to Harvard to Texas Tech, and so on and so forth. So check out the link below to see all of the different colleges with ROTC programs in each of the states in each of the branches. And use this link as a reference as you begin to build your target list of colleges that have ROTC programs that you're interested in on their campuses or close by. As you can see, there's a lot to think about, and that's why I'm trying to give you an early heads up so that you can keep your head on a swivel and pay attention to what's going on out there. And by the way, as an aside, if you had your heart set on becoming a Marine officer, you would apply for a Navy ROTC scholarship, and you would check off the box that says Marine option in the application. And we'll discuss that plenty more in the coming years. Until next week, continue to study hard, play hard, and don't forget to serve others.